What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Kickin with Kachi, where we highlight individuals that are really taking their industry by storm. And today, I found you guys a gem among gems. I'm talking about Kidabis, Burlington, Vermont-based artist, getting into all types of genres: reggaeton, the melodic R&B, the club, the pop, the funk, the mixing, the blending, the swerving, the swiving. My guy Topia, thank you for coming in and kicking it with me, brother. It is such an honor to talk to you because, like I said, like from Kiribati, came to the United States, moving all around the states, and now currently based in Burlington, Vermont, the mountains in New England, making such amazing music. There's a story like no other, and you guys are getting a first-hand account from the legend himself, Topia. Thank you for coming in and kicking me, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me, bro. I'm excited.
So, like I told the people that I'm like from Kiribati, right? Lived there for about 4 years, and then coming here, being in Pittsburgh, moving, shuffling around, and finally ended up in Vermont, right? Like, one, what about American music? What about music here, kind of, enveloped you, right? How did that? How did you get drawn to music, being an immigrant, and kind of figuring things out, navigating a different society, different culture?
Well, I really think, music's been a part of my life for like forever, bro. Like growing up, just out in the islands, everybody's singing. Even if you can't really sing, like everybody knows the songs. Like you're still joining in the choir. Like it's just you're around it all the time. And then coming here to America, I guess I was just around it as well because like my peers are all bumping things through their phones in school and everything. And I guess I really started leaning, like developing a passion for it. And like what really enveloped me was uh making or doing music. I played tenor saxophone for eight
Wow,
years. Yeah,
wow.
I was a jazz saxophonist.
You got some pipes on you.
I
Well,
was
if you
got
guys don't know, you definitely got some pipes. We're gonna talk about the music too, but you definitely that could definitely make sense why you can sing so well.
Yeah, thank you, bro. No, but I did that for 8 years, and I think I really kind of found a passion for music through that. Because I learned the language, dude. Music's kind
Right,
of a language.
right.
Yeah.
And I would say like the immigrant experience, right? The idea of coming to a new place, picking yourself up through sheer determination, right? Willpower. Like I also have my parents are immigrants, and my mom said first time she came to this country was first time she saw snow, right? And things like that were in the sense of like culture shock and being in a new place, not knowing many other people. I don't. You're the first person from Kiribati that I've ever met, right? So I can only imagine for you how many other people from your community, right, were native to you and empathize with you, but finding sympathy and not empathy, but maybe sympathy through music and creativity and creating and having a passion for something like that, right? So
Yeah.
when did you kind of think like, hey, like this is more than just something like I do at school or do as like, just do, but something I want to do, something I want to pursue?
Dude, that's a good question. I think
Yeah, try.
I think the flip really switched like sophomore year because that's when COVID kind of dropped. Like that's when everything was happening.
Right.
I was working at this local studio at the time because I had reached out, like sent them my music, and they were like, "Yo, you're dope. Like, would love to have you on the team." And I was like, "Wow, I can really do this. Like, this is an option for me." And then
Right.
all the other options just kind of faded into the background, and I was like, "Yeah, this is like what I'm gonna do."
And like when you're going through your music history like education, you hear about like the music meccas, the LAs, the New Yorks, the Atlantas, the Louisianas, right? Like did that ever come into your mind and thinking like, hey, I'm in Vermont, maybe music isn't something that I can do? Or was Vermont the idea of like, oh, I can make Vermont the place of like the New Yorks, the Louisianas, the LAs, right?
Dude, I think I came upon that perspective fairly recently.
Mm,
I felt held back in a sense because I don't know, people don't really think Vermont and immediately think music,
right, right,
but I don't know, like there's some notable names from here like Noah Khan, Take a Day Trip.
right, right.
They you can do this. I I think I want to be one of those people, but I want to kind of stay here and like pioneer what the city sounds
Mm.
like.
Right.
No way.
And it's interesting, right, to be from a different country and also not even being natively Vermont, right? Like, and then being in this place where you can receive so much love and recognition. I'm talking like my boy was just on named top 10 802's hip hop albums of 2024 for 7 days, right? Like my boy was just at the city hall doing the Juneteenth 2024 performance. Like he's doing it all out here, right? So to be in a community, to feel such admiration, right? Like I think of the Warriors journey that I had a conversation with another guest, and they speak about the idea of having to leave home to learn the skills, hone that skills, go on that Ronin journey, right? And then to kind of feel at home when you're on that journey. Is that kind of how you are here when in Burlington, in Vermont? You kind of feel like this now is your incubation, kind of your launch pad?
Kind of. You are you saying like you're saying like there's a the next step is moving to a different city and
Well, I'm saying, like, do you think, like I said, like, do you like being new to Vermont? How is it to receive, right, that admiration from basically strangers, right? Like, you're not native, you're not like Noah Khan, who's born and raised here, or like North Ave Jacks, but to still be able to be on platforms like this and still feel recognized for solely your music. How's that experience been like? And letting your music, kind of speaks for itself in this new community and be a new voice for this community.
that's it's a hard feeling to describe. I
Mm,
truly feel very blessed. Like
right,
I think it just goes to show, and I don't know what, it's hard to speak for it on an artist level because I don't know what other artists' experiences are, just maybe because I haven't asked the right questions. But in my experience, Vermont has been like they just love supporting local art, and
right.
there's really a passion around the community here. Like I don't know, I was one name that comes to mind is Charlie Maine. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not sure if
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
He was putting on me on like so many shows when just because I showed love at first. And I guess he heard my music at one show, and yeah, pretty much we just locked it. I want to say like 2023, 2022 summer. I
Right.
was at his events like pretty much almost every weekend, dude. It was, and I that's what got me like whipped me into shape for performing, and it kind of just showed me the love that this city has to offer. And yeah, I guess to wrap it up, I'm like I feel blessed.
And I would say debut album 2022 Impulse, right? Like this is I'm here. Where was the vision? Because now we're in 2025, and I guess it's so easy to, when we're as artists and creatives to, feel that in hindsight and be like, yeah, I was supposed to be here because of the steps, but that initial first step, and there's a lot of first steps, right? Like that initial first step, what is that experience, right? Like you're putting together a full body of work to say, I'm Topia and I'm here.
But honestly, I think that's a great way to put it because Impulse to me truly felt like a showcase. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was really just trying to show what I could do and like what Topia was. It was a big wall for me, dude. I because I was making music.
You was on a lot of features. You was like a feature guy. Like you was like, I'm here, but was Impulse kind of like, no, like this is my like, my Haji beats, right, of Odd Future. This is my Earl Special. Like I can be on my own, right? This is my Tyler, right? This I need to have my own body of work. Was that kind of what the feeling was like?
Yeah, I think so. It really was just I guess it was like I'm here. I kind of just wanted to. I didn't have anything to show for it, and I had already put in all this work to like get my music to this level that I thought was so cool at the time.
And I would say now coming into right second album, right? You're coming off first, and then this is where we're going. We're like, hey, I'm here, but now expectations of, oh, people now expect me to be this now. Like this is who I am, and I can't go back anymore. So now in Know You in Topia, what is the experience in that, right? Because that gives us now a different feel of Utopia as this paradise, this perfect place, but know you and what was the experience in developing your now second album, and you got a lot of wide ranging values there, right? Like control you, love that song, la da da, love that song, but we're getting two different vibes, right? And
Yeah,
you're getting the melodic, you're getting the club. So was this more experimental, like I could show you whatever I could do? Was that what that was like?
it was a. I think my my real goal with that was the feature list on that was pretty extensive, I think.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to show what I wanted to bring this whole community together because it really blossomed around the time that that album came out. Like that was when Kelly did his show and Tyler
Right.
Serrani won the contest.
Right.
Like his
Right.
whole group in Castleton kind of just created something, and there was like Charlie Main here with like Fly. I don't know if you know Flywalker. Like that's another
Yeah. Of
big
course. Yeah. Yeah.
artist.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to bring as much as I could into this one project where people could just see it. You know what I mean?
Wow. And 18 songs. That's ambitious. Like,
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna drop another one with that many songs.
and then switching right into one EP and then album. Why EP route? I always ask people because I, as a consumer, don't understand the hell with the difference between an EP and an album. As a listener, I'm just glad I get more than one song from somebody I like. You know what I'm saying? So EP, where was the NIMN? I don't know if it's an acronym or I had to pronounce it. I didn't get
Oh,
that deep in the lore,
so
but
it's
give me the exposition about it.
you're talking about NYNM?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's an acronym. Yeah, it stands for New Year, New Me.
Mm.
And that came out after Korapa.
Right. Right.
But I about the difference between albums and EPs, I can't say even as an artist there's not that big of a difference. It's honestly just a label. Albums
And
tend to
then
be
getting,
longer.
and then getting to Karapa, right? One, you gave us 10 songs. I would have liked the 18 again, but you gave us 10 songs. But then you also didn't give us as many features this time. You said, "Hey, I'm going college dropout with this. I'm going to do the engineering, I'm doing the mixing, the mastering." And like I said, that warrior's journey, right? Of being away from home and honing your skills only made you want to be closer to home or bring you closer to home because I guess felt stronger to represent heritage. How is the making of being vulnerable, right? And expressing yourself a little bit more introspectively through your music. What was the process in kind of putting that together and releasing that as a body of work that you want other people to also resonate?
I think I think with Korapa, because that was the first time where I really like put myself into my music. I
Mm,
realized I music has been an outlet for me for so long, but I and with No You and Topia and Impulse, I was kind of making music that was fun and sounded good,
mm,
and I maybe extrapolated from my own life a little bit, but I
right.
never really like put my soul into it and like was truly genuine with my art. It was like I was kind of meeting myself for the first time. Like I really
Mm.
like pulled down a lot of barriers, and yeah, I realized like I had a story that I wanted to say and things that I might not be able to communicate as well face to face, but when I put it into the context of music, it was a lot easier to get that story across. So
And we appreciate it because me, I look at myself in the mirror, I start crying, I lock myself in my room, right? Like you as an artist to be able to kind of package that and put it in music and like you said, like you went all in, vocals, engineering, production, like all you to really put yourself as you call your magnum opus, right? Like really put yourself in this body of work and we appreciate it because that's a hard thing to do, right? Be able to look at yourself, look at the ugly truths and the pretty lies and put it in music and say also you people listen to this and connect with this because we also have the same feelings as well that we can't say and articulate as well, so we appreciate that as well because navigating grief and loss and vulnerability is not easy, especially as a man, as you know, in America. So we definitely appreciate that type of music, man, honestly. So getting now into right New Year New Me, right, the EP, and like I said, right, these eras of you is amazing to see. So I can't wait to now this energy that you talk about being selfish, right? You talked about in your Vision Media Spotlight. Go check it out on YouTube if you guys haven't checked it out at Vision Media VT.
that's it.
Um, and where you talk about right like this album Korapa as being selfless, right? Speaking to heritage, speaking to community, speaking to family, because these are the prongs that hold us up when times go hard. And these are the inspirations and muses to create music as you just did, right? But now it's time to get down and selfish, as you said, right? What is that energy like? What is that kind of ethos for Topia?
I that's a great question. I think a lot of people misunderstand me when I say selfish. They think I'm gonna
Hmm.
become like, can I swear? Am I allowed?
Oh yeah, definitely. But I also agree with you. I fucking love selfish. I feel like me. I love being me. I love me.
Yeah,
So I agree. Like there's a negative connotation with the word selfish.
yeah,
But that's why I like that you used it.
exactly. Yeah, I think that people when they see selfish, they think like single-minded, like they're so self-absorbed, like there's a negative connotation, as you were saying. But I think in my use of the word selfish, I'm kind of I'm meaning like self-prioritization and just giving yourself the space to grow into what you need to be before you can extend your resources to other areas and places that you want to. Like I don't know, I want to, like I talk about in Korapa, like I kind of want to like retire my parents and like that's the dream of a lot of rappers, right? But I need to really like take myself the whole way before I can like bring everybody with me. You know what I mean?
And you said that you want to really explore now more of a R&B, club vibe, right? How does that then lead into the selfish era? Because your R&B and club, like I said, I Control You is now on my playlist, right? Like once I first listened to it, I was like, oh yeah, that's going on the pregame playlist. That song is fire, right? So the the club songs you already got. So what do you think? What are we going to be expecting, right, on this new music, this new year, 2025, right? Like we're beginning of the year. What is that looking like?
So I've given it a lot of thought, and I think the storyline that I started with Korapa, I might I feel like I need to live a little bit more life in order
Hmm.
to, because I mean I it was kind of my New Year's resolution to start living selfishly. But it still feels weird saying that, but to be a little more selfish, I started that this new year. So I feel like I need to kind of garner some experience doing that before I can really continue that story.
Right.
So I think this next album, which it's on its way, it's like 80-90% done. Um
See, I get people comfortable so they can tell me little secrets like this. You have a date, maybe, so the people can know, if you want to just drop that.
I got I'm looking to release it around August. Maybe
Okay.
July.
My birthday's in July, but I forgive you.
I mean, maybe July. I was saying early July or early August, late July, maybe. But I think it's gonna be more of like a love album, like something more
Mm.
like something listenable. I don't know if you heard like Cupid.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Of course, listen to Cupid. Yeah.
Thank you. But
Do you not get the notification that I'm now a follower on Spotify? You didn't get the notification?
no, I don't get notifications on Spotify actually.
Wow, that's crazy. Here I am thinking my replay when they do the little video thanking you for the year. That's like a personal video. I didn't know that was. I didn't know they didn't get notifications. Okay, well, yeah. Don't ever ask me if I listen to music again. I'm a follower. I'm offended
I
now.
appreciate you listening, dude.
Of course, of course.
But
So
I think
love. That's yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I
And
have
like you said, I love that idea. Like everything you do is so calculated and strategic in the fact that it shows how much you want to do this, right? Like even in your, like I said, Vision Media VTs, check that out, Spotlight. You talk about how like the mission statement of Topia, and like if you guys don't know, my guy's mother also is very like heavily in the nonprofit field, right? And that idea of where are we going, right? Where is Topia going? What is the, as you said, mission statement? And it makes sense as to how you even now told the story. And like I said, in hindsight, who would have thought from impulse till now this would be the story? But it probably feels as if this was meant to be the story and it's only beginning.
yeah. That's really what it feels like. I feel like I'm just kind of getting started. Like I said, I met myself for the first time, and I think like from Korapa onwards, it's just gonna be me like being genuine in my music and just putting applying art or my life to my art.
Hmm. Do you have, before we get out of here, do you have any Vermont artists that we should be looking out for that you have been collaborating with that you kind of want to shout out? Because I know you're all about community.
Dude, I hate being put on the spot with these
I
things.
know, that's why I do it.
um, God, I think well, I gotta
Well, you said
say
a lot already. You said Charlie Maine, Fly Walker.
Charlie Maine, Flywalker, those are two local legends, two goats. I want to say Caleb Lodish, uh, or not. He changed his name. Riverwater.
Okay, okay.
He's someone who's kind of he's from here, but he's stationed out in New Orleans. He's like doing
Nice.
this crazy. He's got a crazy scene going on down there. But are we talking just hip hop or local artists?
Anything. I'm into all music.
Okay. Uh, Tyler Serrani, Mimicry. Their band just got signed recently. They're killing it, dude. The Pleasant Boys for sure. Quill's
Nice.
Interlude. That's one I think he doesn't get as much recognition as he deserves. But he's dope as he's dope. Hakeem XOXO,
Mm-hmm.
of course. Oh my god, dude. I
You
know.
didn't give us eight. You tapped in, man. You tapped in with the culture out here,
Two more,
man.
two more, two more.
Okay.
Hit Bullet and Phoenix Ashby. Those guys are a little
Gotcha.
younger, but
Yeah.
they're super talented, man.
No, and it like I said, it just shows how like much in your music and even in real life it merges, right? How much you're tapped in with the community out here, and it makes sense through your music. Your future run before Impulse was legendary, right? So it even makes sense why you have so many people that can just you can call on when you're going to the studio or working with these individuals, right? So that's amazing, and I love the fact that, like I said, in Vermont, people don't think of music, right? But there's always something when it comes to music creativity bubbling beneath the surface in the cracks that you guys do not pay attention to. And it's something fire, honestly. So I'm honored the fact that I was even able to like be here and get a taste of a little bit of like what's to become because like I said, it's bubbling under the surface, bubbling under the surface. What do you think three things, right, before we get out of here, because I also know people watch this and feel that they can learn from this as well. What do you attribute three things to? What three things do you attribute to your success today? And what do you think will attribute to your success moving forward? Three steadfast things.
It's hard to it's hard to
Just to make it three, yeah.
yeah, and also yeah, I think I mean three things just in general. I could say anything.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd say my friends and family. I have like an insane support system, dude. I feel insanely blessed. Like my friends are my family, bro. And I think that's like that's something that's insanely special that not a lot of people maybe have. So I feel blessed to have them in my life. And then I'd say my culture, or I guess my identity,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like it's given me so much appreciation for my my mind is blanking right now.
No, I feel that. No, I feel that. It's like when you have because I'm Nigerian, and like coming from rich cultures like that we do, right? Like when you hear the stories of your grandfather or your mother or your aunt or your dad when they were younger and life back home and what's that like, right? And then you just think of your life today. You just like it's like you said, it's kind of awe-inspiring to think of how all this culture, all this heritage, all tradition can lead up to like little old me living here, and I can have this culture and be a part of like something so amazing and can move me forward through life. Like
Like
I'm right there with you, man.
I feel like it really clears up my identity. Like when people ask like who Topia is, I'm like I say a kid of us American artist from Burlington, Vermont.
And that's hey, can we get an amen on that?
Yeah.
Honestly, honestly,
And then last thing, man, get I guess maybe myself.
yeah.
I don't know. I said I'm gonna be selfish.
I like that though, because you could. The only reason I wanted to give up on you is you.
Yeah, dude. I think there were times where I felt like maybe this wasn't for me, that which is a natural feeling. But I mean, the difference between knowing if it is and isn't is like, do you always go back to this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
how seriously do you end up taking it at the end of the day? I don't know.
No, I love that. I love that, honestly. And thank you. Like I said, like we thank you for not listening to yourself back then, so you can listen to yourself today, right? Because, like I said, the music and the artistry, and even just like your presence, right? Like what you contribute to the community that is musically, that's creatively, that is professionally in Vermont and beyond is incredible. And I already know that you're destined for bigger and better things. Like I'm not a liar in the fact that I never lie to my guests. Like I can tell you guys, like this guy's he is the deal. He is the
Thank
deal.
you,
So
man.
thank you for coming in and kicking me, man. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
that means a lot, bro. I appreciate that.
Guys, that is our interview. Thank you guys for another episode of Kickin with Kachi. You can check out my guy on Instagram at Thank You Topia. Thank you, spelled regularly, Topia, Topia. You can check him out on all platforms at Spotify, YouTube. Check out the Vision Media and all the music. Check him out on Apple Music. Check him out on Amazon Music. I know some of y'all got that. So check him out on all platforms. If you guys are in Burlington, Vermont, check him out because that boy is going to be everywhere. If you're around the world, stay tuned because he's going to probably come to your city, your country soon. Do you have anything else to share before we head out of here, Topia?
I was just about to say, man, I got a song dropping April Fools. So
April Fools. Do we have a snippet maybe that you wanna
yeah,
share maybe?
I could send you a link right now.
Man, if you want to, I'm ready. I'm ready. People know I love unreleased. I love unreleased.
This is pretty different. I don't know. It's got some like more island centric rhythms,
Okay, okay.
and I really wanted to highlight that in this song. Is there like a chat I can? Yeah, yeah. I can private message you.
I didn't even know there was a chat here.
Studio chat. I just
Nice.
sent you a link.
I wonder if it will play from my thing too if I do it on the thing. But I know exactly what I'm about to do. I'm gonna play it from my phone. Do it all this way. I'm telling people, I'm my job. I'm like the best. I'm not gonna tell you guys the name of the song though. I'm only gonna give you guys what it sounds like because I almost said it, but I'm not gonna spoil it for you. I'm just gonna play the song just a little bit for you guys. I know the lyrics. I'm not gonna tell you guys everything.
You know the lyrics?
They put the lyrics on it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's all I'm giving y'all. That's all I'm giving you before I gotta sign NDAs. All right, I do my job and I leave. Okay, because I knew that beat drop was going. I'm so mad you said this to me because you ain't getting this back. I get this song back. I'm about to play it right now. The whole house is about to get it. But no, honestly, thank you so much, man, for kicking me, man. Like it's been a pleasure. Like I said, you guys can check out this interview at the DC Voice on all platforms. That's Instagram, TikTok, and at DCVoice.com. Check me out on Instagram at Onye.7773 because I'm lucky. Once again, thank you, Topia on Instagram. Topia, thank you for coming and kicking me, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much for having me.
Honestly,
I had so
honestly.
much fun.